I am making the bison collage, Bertie the Bison, and I wanted to show my fabrics that I have pulled and collected for this project. And hopefully this will give you some ideas of fabrics to look for when you are doing Bertie the Bison or when you're doing any collage project. Maybe if you hear my reasoning and what I look for with my quilt fabrics, you will have a better idea of what to look for yourself. So the first thing that I have is I have this Floribunda charm pack. I really like using charm packs for collage quilts because you can get a lot of great pieces in one, package, just like any reason we ever like charm packs. But they're really great for collage quilts because typically you are working with smaller bits. Most of my collage pieces I cut to either be 6 to 12 inches. So these are great for the bison and the background because I'm going to make my bison kind of orange and red and yellow. So I have like these flowers, but then I also have this, which is going to be a great background because my background is going to be kind of green to blue. And then I also have some of these really great motifs that could be some really cool fur. That could be an eye. And like I said, I've picked most of these because I felt like they would work for my bison. I haven't made any real final decisions. This is just my fabric haul that I've collected over the last couple of months for this project. So Floribunda has, like, this could end up being almost anything. That's almost for an owl. You have some big flowers like this. In fact, I think I've used this before in something because that's also some feathers. This would be great as something for the background. So again, a lot of great blenders and a lot of great motifs that I can play with and use for the bison and its background. Now, I'm not going to use all of these, obviously, but they're going to be really good for any collage project going forward. If I was doing brown, that'd be a great brown color. So that's one thing. Another thing that I have, oh, that's the green from Floribunda, is this fabric. And I picked this up for a variety of reasons. I picked it up because I wanted some of these orangey reddish flowers for my bison. That one looks like a mustache. But I also love these big flowers that I could use for a different collage in the future. So this has a lot of possibilities in it. You can also see some feathers in here. These could be eyelashes for something. This could be an eye here, this little center circle. Honestly, if you decided to do the chicken, there's a little beak right there. Possibilities were endless with this. I just saw so many really interesting things in there. I also picked this up. Now this one was all folded up and I couldn't really see what the whole thing was. And it's one of these strip panel border fabrics, which normally are useless to me because I don't do this type of quilting. But I picked it up because I loved these big orange flowers. These birds will be kind of fun and interesting to incorporate in a project. You've got those. And then these will actually be good for strips to cover up between background pieces. So I have that one. This one, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for the bison. I got this one from Uncle Andy's quilt shop because I won a prize of a free half yard, which was amazing. But look at this. There is so much in there that could be played with for collage. Even just this. Great background. And of course, you've got the whole peacock for a project. Eyeballs. I see eyeballs everywhere. It's a problem. There's some butterflies that can be pulled out for different motifs. There's this really cool design. So I'm not 100% certain I'm going to use this for the buffalo because, like I said, I'm focusing on oranges and browns for the buffalo, but I put it in this stack because it's possible that some of these could be useful for the eyes or some background fabrics. Who knows? I picked this one because, first of all, these flowers are great. They're also all separate. So if you want to use a flower in your collage, like, you don't have to worry about parts of it being cut off. It has some great motifs to cut out. But also, there's another eyeball. Honestly, that's kind of a flamingo looking eyeball, and these looked like feathers possibly for the flamingo. I have a tendency to always find really good fabrics for the collages I've already done. But I'm thinking I might use this for my buffalo. But I also really like this flower, so I may just use this flower in my buffalo because I want it to have lots of different fun colors. Again, this one is similar to that other one. A lot of different things in here. The orange and yellow flowers were definitely what I was drawn to for this particular project. I got some of this because I really like that. So that's probably going to be something for a background. Obviously, you know, the buffalo standing in front of trees in the background. So that was perfect for that. I got this because I think this is going to be part of the base of my buffalo. And then I'll play off of these colors. So this is a really fun blender piece. It's actually not a blender because blenders are all one color. I don't even know what you would call this. I loved all the colors. I love that it already kind of looked collaged. And so then as I add my own fabrics and add my own flowers to it, it'll just enhance it and make it even more beautiful for my little bison. I also picked this up. Now these are actually trees. You can see the tree trunks. But I'm going to be using some of this to be the fur on the bison. And the reason it's already cut up is because I've used it for something else. And then I have this one that I bought. Again, a great floral piece with lots and lots of flowers that are already separated, so they'll be easy to cut out for motifs. I actually have used this for my cardinal, this orangish red. This was like the cardinal's feathers for part of the cardinal. But I also am going to use it for the buffalo with this one and probably these yellow ones here. These may go in the background. So that is my fabric haul for Bertie the Bison. This isn't every fabric that I'm going to use. I need to pull a few more greens and blues for my backgrounds, but this is definitely what I'm going to start with for Bertie. And then I will show you how it will all come together to make the bison. And then I will show you how to get the background fabrics. So hopefully this gives you some ideas on what fabrics to look for and how to look at your fabrics a little bit differently to help you find the perfect fabrics for your collage quilt.